Hello and welcome Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, our earth signs. This is your reading for the month of September, and this is your element, right? Whether you're a Virgo or not, even Taurus and Capricorn, this is your element. So you might be feeling really good about what's going on. We do have the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, right? So yeah, the exact opposing sign of Virgo on September 7th. So don't be surprised if emotions start to make their way to the surface. Unhealed wounds start to come up again, right? Because Chiron is still retrograde. Chiron is the wounded healer. So some of those old wounds that we haven't been paying attention to are going to start to make their way. So let's start off with our Taurus. Hello Taurus, how are you? And let's see what the cards have for your month of September. And happy September, everyone. Welcome or welcome back if you are a regular viewer. And let's just see what your first card is, Taurus. Balance. So just look at the colors on there too. Card number 16, and I will pull my book out. I should just keep it on here. So 16 could be someone born on the 16th, someone born on the 1st or the 6th, or if you add the two together on the 7th, just for numerology purposes, but I will look up the numerical meaning of the number 16, and it says, your words are magnetic affirmations that draw to you the very things you talk about and think about. For this reason, angels remind you to be aware of your words and thoughts. So I don't generally manifest during eclipses. I don't charge cards. I don't charge crystals. That's a personal choice. I just don't, because eclipses are meant to eclipse things in and out of your life. So if you are manifesting or if you are creating, I would just say be very clear on your words. Let them be positive words, words in the present moment. Okay, so Taurus, let's see what the tarot holds for you. And this is a Sun and Moon Tarot. I've used this deck for a long time for myself, for my personal reading. And I thought it was time to bring this out and do readings for you guys. So what does Taurus, what does this month of September hold for our Taurian friends? Let's just see what comes out. Again, fellow earth signs, right? This is like your comfort zone. Even with the eclipse, the Hierophant, and of course, sitting under the tree with his, looks like a cow. So with a trusted friend. So the Hierophant is the highest of spiritual order in the tarot. It's card number 5. It is the highest order of your spiritual awareness. So this could be talking about leaning into your spirituality or your belief system. It does not have to be specifically. 9 of Wands, strength. So that's the root of the deck. So calling on some strength, heating things up a little bit. So we have the Hierophant, we have the Queen of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. So leaning into your higher consciousness or the higher part of your personal awareness, whatever that belief system is for you, you're getting really clear on what you want, right? The Queen of Swords, she's just like floating on the cloud. She has, looks like a mask in her hand. Like, there are no pretenses here, right? We're getting very clear. All the masks are coming off. You're allowing yourself to move forward, and you're moving in the direction, 8 of Cups. This is moving away from anything that is not working for you or serving you. Maybe you're moving towards a more balanced, fulfilled life. And that doesn't have to mean adding things to your life. That could be removing things. Sorry, my cat is playing. She just shut the door. That could be removing things that are not working for you, right? The Eight of Cups. She's just very intent, or he or she is just very intentionally. They're walking off the edge or towards the edge of a pier. Are they jumping? We don't know. Are they? But there is a full moon in this card. So, Taurus, I would just look to see what's happening in your life during the full moon. And again, it is a full moon lunar eclipse. So expect shifts and changes. I have a couple of people in my personal life that are going through major shifts. And it's really hard. For some, it's really hard. But you're getting very clear. Like, there are no pretenses. You're no longer trying to fit in or conform, if that's making sense. You're not hiding yourself. You're not conforming. You're just right. She's up in the clouds. Right? Just rising to your next highest level. And again, because there is a full moon in this card of Eight of Cups, just see what happens around the full moon. Again, Nine of Wands. There is a lot of energy here behind you, kind of guiding you forward, edging you into this new phase, wherever it is you're going. And we'll pull a card from our gods, goddesses, and guardians deck. Not that many. I'm sorry. Do you hear that? She has lost her mind. She's playing with the Palo Santo stick. And I don't know. She's going crazy. So let's see what this holds for our Taurus friends as you seek to find balance, right? Seek to find balance. You're getting very clear. You're listening to your internal self, and there's no question. I love when these readings come up and there's just sheer clarity, and you're just going forward with it. You're not questioning. You're not going back and forth. There's no decision to make. You've already made it, and you're just following that internal compass. Yeah, that's beautiful. Mother Mary, emotional healing. Very interesting, because we're talking about balance. And the Queen of Cups. Cups is, the heart. It is intuition. Water is also, very healing. And I said before, balance does not necessarily mean like adding things to balance off what's already there, but could be removing things. So emotional healing, maybe you're removing some of the pain that's inside of you, or some of the emotions that have been keeping you either stuck or been holding you back from yourself because you've taken off your mask. It's very clear. She's got the mask in her hand. Where's that? Right here. So maybe this is the unveiling, like I'm healing my emotions. I'm allowing myself to step forward into myself. So Taurus, that is your reading. Hopefully that has resonated with you. But if you have any questions, you can always drop them in the comments. If you would like to schedule a reading for yourself or for a friend, feel free to reach out. And we will go on to... Hello, Virgo. How are you? Let me get myself squared away here. Virgo, this is your season. So happy birthday to our beautiful Virgo friends. This eclipse on the 7th happens in your opposing sign of Pisces, right? So if it were the new moon in Pisces, there would probably be some new beginnings of harmony and balance, but because it is a full moon lunar eclipse, you might expect things to get a little unbalanced, which is probably why Taurus got the card for balance, right? So just because You're not a Taurus. You're an earth sign. You're the element of the earth. So those elements carry from one earth sign to the next. Yeah. So let's cut the deck and see what this holds for our Capricorn. Let me cut this again. I didn't like that. I did not like the way I cut the deck. Let me see what this holds for our Capricorn friends. There we go. Wholeness. Oh, look at that card. That is just beautiful. Wholeness. Number 2. 2 is the number of duality. 2 is the number of choices. 2 is the number of taking a little step, taking your first step forward, right? Daring to dream. Wholeness. So Virgo, this says, everything's fine and will continue to be so. Keep believing, especially since your feelings of hope lead to more positive outcomes. The angels can buoy your faith if you'll ask for their help. So if you need a little help in that place of faith, call on your spirit guides, whatever it is you call them. Spirit guides, divinity, angels, source, loved ones on the other side. You know, they all like to get involved in the process. Although they cannot overstep their boundaries. They can always give you guidance. Okay, you can always ask for signs and symbols. I have been finding, every day when I go walking, I find not just like one feather. I find 3 or 4 feathers. And there was one yesterday outside of the gym, which on the sidewalk. I never see that. So I have a lot of feathers coming my way. So we'll see what that's all about for me. So, Virgo, you have 5 of Wands. Okay. So, let's see. This can be a little bit of an emotional a conflict. It says strife at the top. It can be a little bit of a conflict. It's not 5 of Cups, but I do get the sensation it could be an emotional conflict for you. So, let's see. Okay. 8 of Swords, another card popped out, 2 of Wands, so you have 2 2s here. And we have at the root of the deck, Princess of Cups. And look, she's playing with a dolphin. Just look at that. She's got a little bowl of something in her hand. Oh, dolphin's probably hungry. So let's see. 5 of Wands, a little bit of strife. Oh, the Star, okay. 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands. So all in all, new beginnings, right? So 5 of Wands will go in this order, the order they came out. The root of the deck was the Princess of Cups. And so leaning into what do you need for yourself? What do you need to make yourself whole and complete? This is very Piscean energy. And 2 is a number of balance and duality. And balance and duality could mean opposing forces or oppositional, right? The yin and the yang. So if you have a Pisces in your life, I would, check in with them and maybe they can offer something to you. But this is very Piscean energy. So maybe lean into, Virgo, your intuition or leaning into your heart center, like what really stirs you at the root of who you are. Right, 5, let me go back to this here. 5 of Wands. There's a little bit, okay, if I could learn to read, of conflict, right? So this could be that you have multiple passions about something, but I kind of feel this is a little bit of resistance. A resistance to some kind of change that is coming up or to something that has happened. Although the 3 of Swords is not here, this also can be an emotional healing. We just had that with Taurus. But there could be an emotional space for healing because you have the Star. This is Aquarian energy. This is hope. And this comes after the Tower. In the major arcana. So this comes up after strife, which, this is what this is saying, strife, after a sudden upheaval and chaos. And there's the North Star. Just like, look how pretty this is. And again, she is pouring, from the pitcher into the water. And then you have another water element here with the Princess of Cups. So I would definitely lean into your intuition and your emotional place. Because you have Eight of Swords. Like, what haven't you been allowing yourself to see? Or where have you been, if you've been hurt in the past, maybe you've been holding yourself back from whole relationships. And maybe that's where you need to go. Because you have the Two of Wands, so as the healing, now Taurus just had the card of emotional healing, right, with Mother Mary. And again, because you're earth elements, that same theme carries for all earth elements. So if you're going through an emotional healing, now maybe you're getting a little curious as to, okay, maybe I'm ready to go and do a little more healing for myself, or lean into some aspects of love and fun. There's a little crescent moon on here, so it's still kind of sitting a little bit in the dark, but allowing a little light to shine in. And again, of course, you have the Northern Star on the star card. So hope, right? Rejuvenation. So let's see what your cards hold for the gods, goddesses, and guardians. What god, goddess, or guardian is guiding, that's a tongue twister, our Virgo friends for the month of September. There we go. Isis, sacred contracts. So this is a little soul searching, right? We all are born with soul or sacred contracts, lessons that we are supposed to learn, people we are supposed to help along the way, however that unfolds, and things that are supposed to come in and out of our lives, spiritual lessons to elevate us to the next level on once we go into our next incarnation. Because we know the physical body dies, but the soul is eternal. So the soul goes into its next thing. So spiritual contracts. So if there has been a bit of a heartbreak, or something has caused you not to feel whole, to where you kind of shut yourself off and put yourself into a little bit of seclusion, maybe ask what that is teaching you, or what is the lesson this is showing you. There's probably a spiritual contract around the situation. So there you go, Virgo. Hope that has been helpful. Again, if you'd like to schedule a reading and take a deeper dive for yourself, go ahead. Just send me an email. It's all good. I would just love to reach out and work with you. I would love you to reach out and work. Schedule a reading. Okay, Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. How is our Capricorn friends today? Happy September, Capricorn, and happy full moon lunar eclipse. Yeah. So let's see, our Capricorns, we know they are the royalty of the zodiac. So let's see what this holds for them for the month of September. Desire. Card number 30. Or 3, right? So again, somebody born on the 30th, the 3rd, desire. This is very interesting, Capricorn. And this says, you are fully supported by God and the ascended masters. Step forward confidently in the direction of your dreams. Now, the Ascended Masters came up quite a bit for the fire signs that I did their readings. So let me see if I can find the Ascended Masters deck. Yes, I do. And because your card talked about the Ascended Masters, we'll pull an Ascended Masters card for you. It did not come up for the other two Earth signs for our Taurus and Virgo, but since it came up for Capricorn, we'll take a dive into this. And this is the deck. I've had this forever. There's the back of the cards. So let's see what Ascended Master is working with you, or that you can call on for guidance and support, right? As you lean into your passions and desires. I love that. Isis didn't okay, didn't Virgo just get that and out of this deck? This is very interesting. Balance, career, and home life. And I think the card, first card out of the Angelic Messengers deck for Taurus was about balance. Balance, career, and home. So let's see. Capricorn, what the tarot holds for you for September. You have desire, you have ascended masters, you have balance, career, and home life. So are you heavy-ended on one end and another area needs some more attention from you? I don't know, let's find out. I just find this interesting how these things kind of, you get balance and Isis. Balance came out with Taurus. I think Isis was the card for Virgo. These things are all connected. I mean, this stuff just does not happen, right? It just does not happen in a vacuum. It just is all connected, which is like the beauty of this, right? This is why I love to do this. Okay, Capricorn, what does September hold for you? The Tower. Okay, sudden change. The Eye of Horus is on the top of the card. So the all-seeing eye. 5 of Wands. I think we might need to pull some extra cards for you. Okay, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups, 5 of Swords. We'll pull one more card. So, this is very interesting. You have the Tower, which is something happening suddenly to kind of uproot you or kind of make you feel where you feel unstable or insecure. Okay, nothing else is coming out. What's on the root of the deck? Death and rebirth. There you go. There you go. So this all stems, the root card on the root of the deck is what is the grounding or the seed for this change to happen. So you have desire, right? What is it that you want? Capricorn, and are you making steps? Are you living your life in according to like what you want in here? Funny, I have the shirt on for love today. Balance, right? Career and home life, Isis. So if those things are not balanced, if it's heavier on one end than the other, the Tower is coming in. It's saying, no, we're just going to take away. And this is an eclipse card as well. It's not an eclipse, but eclipses come in to eclipse things in and out of your life. If you are not aligned with where you need to be in this moment in your life. So Tower, right? It's going to cause a little chaos, a little heat, a little fire, a little disruption, maybe a big disruption. The Eye of Horus, right? Leaning in to the intuitive place, like the all-knowing divine intelligence is at play here for you. This is a big sign. As the Tower comes up, you're going to probably start resisting, but it's asking you, come back to your heart. Come back to your home. 5 of Swords, lay down your swords. You don't have to resist. If you've been spending too much time, or a lot of time, not too much time, if you've been spending a lot of time on work and career, and you have been ignoring the family life, and that could be yourself, your family, your friends, that whole socialization element of life, right? You might feel a little defeated, but here's the thing. You're going through a transformation. A major transformation. You have 2 major arcanas, very big, heavy hitters. The Tower is uprooting you so you can rise. Where are you rising to, Capricorn? You're rising, connecting back to your heart center and back to the overflow of love and abundance for yourself and for your family. And we can get caught up in the day to day, especially jobs, careers, exterior demands call on our time and call on our energy. And what happens? We kind of let things go, and the things that we tend to push off to the side is our community. You're being called to come back. Ace of Cups, right? Start fresh. You're, again, fresh start, new beginnings, learning the necessity of love. And what does that mean for you? This is beautiful. I love this for you, Capricorn. I love this for you. And Capricorns are very strong-willed, right? I mean, they are the earth elements. They are the royalties. They take on a lot of responsibility. Just being a Capricorn makes you very responsible. It's a very responsible position. And sometimes we can lean into that responsibility so much that we forget. There's an element of play and fun and joy. So you're going through a change here, Capricorn, for sure. So let me know what happens here. And for some, it could be a change in job. It could be something completely different. But I tend to think something is going to come to a completion. Maybe without you, something unexpected is going to come to a completion. An end to completion. But there's something so much better waiting for you, Capricorn. So, let's see what that is. And your god, goddess, or guardian is Imhotep, visionary. Visionary. So, again, you have the eye of Horus, the eye of the all-seeing, right? Of the all-seeing intelligence, divinity. And then you have visionary. So lean into that psychic element of yourself, Capricorn. Lean into that intuitive place. Let your heart come out a little bit, right? Let your heart just kind of start to push forward and see where that leads you. You're going to a whole new place. I mean, she's just like dancing with the phoenix here, and she does not look worried at all. She's like, yeah, just rise me up. Right? Let somebody else take the responsibility, Capricorn. Let them rise you from the ashes that the tower has left. Big transitions, though, for you guys. Yeah, Capricorn, that is your reading. If you need further inspiration, reach out and let me know. And again, you got the bonus card here of Isis. And again, your card is Desire. So what happens is sometimes, our life is going a certain way, and then we have a desire or a wish or a want, something we really are thinking about in the back of our mind, and it's playing on a loop, and it keeps going and going. But we're not doing anything throughout the day or throughout our life to align with that wish, want, or desire. So what happens is you want this, and you want it because it's something that just you can't stop thinking about. So then the tower comes up and says, okay, we're going to remove everything, eclipse, we're going to remove everything that is in the way so you can have this thing. And then we go, oh shit, what? No, that's not what I want, but it is. So it's time, Capricorn. It is your time to move forward. It is your time to shed the old things. So if you're playing some scenario in your mind that's playing over and over again, whether it is a place you want to live, so maybe you lose your lease and you have to move. Maybe it's a career, you want to work in a different career field, and all of a sudden they outsource your job at work. Maybe you're not happy in your relationship, and maybe there's not equality and balance there. So maybe your relationship ends and you go, oh, no, wait a minute. No, I don't want this to end. But in actuality, you do. back here. It's been stewing. So whatever it is you're thinking and feeling, that has power. And this eclipse will come around and bring that into fruition. So this is a Tower moment. It's a great time, Capricorn. It's a little upended time for sure. So if you want some help on navigating that, let me know what comes up for you guys. But that is your reading for our Earth signs for the month of September. I hope you have found some guidance and some inspiration. Again, if you'd like to work with me, my email is in the description. Until next time, I send you always light and love.